Good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you for Jiva Ayurveda session on how to build a strong immunity. We will today explore together what is the importance of having a strong immunity and what exactly does this mean. The immunity, unlike it is seen in, according to modern sciences, the immunity, according to the traditional sciences, is a combination of many systems. So we have a digestion, we have an endocrine system, we have a respiratory system, we have all the systems in the body. When all of them function to their best, so that not only are they functioning well for themselves, but they're also functioning well along in harmony with each other. When this harmony is achieved in the entire system, the result of it is what is called immunity. And so today I'd like to talk about this wonderful package that I have received from Jiva Ayurveda for building our immunity, which has been formulated by Dr. Pratap Chauhan. It is in recommendation with Ayush. It is scientifically proven. It helps us fight viruses as well as disease-fighting germs. It has natural antibiotics, so it's basically a powerhouse of immunity. And these products are not just for like a one, pill solution, but they work together to support all the different systems to bring, as I said, to make that final result, which is the brilliant immunity that we really need right now. I would like to invite Dr. Keshav here to help me answer a few questions about this health pack. So this is the wonderful health pack that I've received from Jiva Ayurveda, and I will pull out all the products from here and ask Dr. Keshav. Hello, Dr. Keshav, how are you today?
Hello, namaste.
Welcome, namaste. Namaste. Great, very, very well. Thank you. So the first product, Dr. Keshav, is Chyawanprash. And so I would, very intrigued by Chyawanprash because ever since I, heard of the supplement, I heard a very nice story about it, that Chyawan Rishi was a forest sage and he was very, very sick. And so because he has such a he had many degenerative diseases actually. And so he went to the forest and he went all over and he picked up jari booties and herbs and all those things and put them together. They say there are over 50 or 80 herbs in this. And not only did he, from a degeneration state, come to vitality, but very soon people saw him from vitality, he reached youthfulness. So from old, he reached young, from unhealth, he reached health. And then from old, he reached young. So I'm very amazed and I would love to hear about the ingredients in Chyawanprash. Could you tell us a little bit about what are the ingredients and the benefits in Chyawanprash?
Yes, sure. So Chyawanprash is something which we all know in India. And maybe your grandparents must have been giving you when you were little kids. So, it's not something very alien to us. And the ingredients inside are also not very alien to us. So the chief ingredient is amla, or amlaki, and which we usually eat during the winter seasons. And the other chief ingredients are honey and ghee. So there is a lot of ghee and honey being used in it. And along with this, there are more than 50 other herbs that are added in Chyawanprash. Some of the chief herbs are like ashwagandha, punarnava, draksha, amrita, gokshuru, pipli, as you can see on your screen as well. And most of these herbs, so most of these herbs are acting on our immune system. They are rejuvenating our body. They help in increasing the lifespan. And some herbs are added just to improve the metabolism and assimilation of all these herbs that we are taking. And prash words, this word prash, it means food. So Chyawanprash sometimes is taken as a meal in itself. So you take around 10 grams or 20 grams to 50 grams sometimes and take it with milk. And that's a complete meal. Yeah.
That's excellent. So what is the best time for this to have this? And also for children, what age can we start children with this?
So you can start from any age. There is no age bar as such for Chyawanprash, as all these are medicated.
By age one, they can start also age 2?
Yeah, by age 1 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And as I was telling you that the time of Chyawanprash can be either in the early morning or before going to bed. So in the morning when you take Chyawanprash, you have to take it empty stomach and give a gap of around 30-40 minutes before eating your
Right,
food, so that this Chyawanprash
right,
can get completely metabolized. And then
right,
before going to
right.
bed, you can take Chyawanprash again. And the dose can be divided like 10 grams in morning and 10 grams in evening. And sometimes
Okay,
we give up to 50 grams of Chyawanprash in some people.
okay. All right, great. So I'm going to go to the next product now. So the next product that I have here is the Ayurvedic tea, which is
Yes.
right over here. And I believe that this tea is caffeine free. And I've heard so much about the benefits of having hot water through the day. And I know it feels very good. And can you elaborate? And it's recommended in Ayurveda. I've heard it for so long. Can you explain the science behind having hot water through the day and how it helps us?
Yes, of course. India is a country where our food or our kadhas, they were made for the purpose of health, not just for taste or just to agitate the mind. So all these
Right,
kadhas which are used in the ancient Indian traditions, this
right,
Ayurvedic tea is the essence of all these kadhas. It has all these ingredients
right, right,
like
right,
brahmi,
right.
amla, muloti, long, elaichi, and such ingredients which are helping
Sure.
in cleansing of the toxins. They keep your mind cool, and also they rejuvenate the body. And especially for the respiratory system, it is very good for cleaning of the toxins. And as you
As
mentioned
they
that
say,
you
the
drink a
cleaning
lot
of
of,
the Amar, as they say.
yeah, cleaning of the armor, rightly said, or the mucus inside the
Right,
body,
right.
or the mucus in
Yes.
the respiratory channels. And as you mentioned about the hot water thing, so hot water is also a very good cleanser. And when you add some herbs and medicate this water, it its actions and properties, they become 10 times or 20 times. And when you drink it hot or lukewarm, it gets very easily metabolized. It moves, it travels into the body easily. Cold
Mm-hmm.
things will not
Mm-hmm.
travel so easily compared to the warmer ones. And it helps in
Right?
cleansing all your toxins through the eliminatory channels of your body. So kadas are very good. So just to
Our
mention
karas
one
are
more thing.
recommended by anybody. So for all of you here listening over there, I would highly recommend getting these things together, and not just for one family member, but for all of everybody can have it. As we can see, children, babies, the parents, grandparents, everybody can have this. The next product is Giloy. So Giloy, I have heard, of course, I've heard about Giloy a lot from my grandmother and from different people when I was very young, but I don't really know what it's good for and what it does. Could you tell us the properties of Giloy, what kind of a plant it is, how does it affect our system? And I do know that it affects the respiratory system, and definitely in this time of COVID, where the virus directly attracts our respiration, it's highly important for us to take care of our lungs, right? So, but I don't know about the exact properties of Giloy. Could you share a little bit and about this time as well?
Yeah, so Giloy is also a very common herb, and everyone in India knows about it. And a lot of people consume it regularly during fevers and even such some diseases like dengue and chikungunya when it flares up in India. So why they consume it? Because it has anti-inflammatory actions. It reduces heat from the
Okay,
body. It reduces fever from the body. It is a very good booster for your liver functions. It boosts the
right,
immunity, and it has a very good
right,
effect on your respiratory system by improving the immunity and rejuvenating your lungs, especially. So that's why it can be
right,
considered as a very good herb that can be taken at this time where we are all looking to strengthen our lungs
right.
and to clean our lungs and reduce the
Right.
inflammation or minor inflammations from the lungs.
And yes, I mean inflammation is the precursor to most diseases right now. So be it diabetes, be it anything, it's the precursor, it's the precondition. So this should help everybody's immunity in in a very good way. The last product in this box that we have is drops. So these are nasal drops. I remember when I did my yoga teacher training years ago, they taught us neti. So I remember, working with the neti and cleansing ourselves, and that was a very wonderful experience. Even though initially it was difficult, but once we got the hang of it, it was very amazing. I've never used nasal drops, and I'd love to know, is this just an oil, or does it have a lot of things? Is it medicated?
Yeah, it is medicated oil, and it also has a lot of herbs inside, which are very good for your respiratory system. So the purpose
Mm-hmm.
of this nasal drop is to lubricate the nasal mucosa. So
Mm-hmm.
when the nasal mucosa is dry and cold, so it has more chances to catch any bacteria or virus, and the bacteria or virus can travel through the nose into the deeper part of your respiratory tract, that are your lungs. So this oil mucosa, it's like a protective layer. It's a natural masking that you get on your nose, and it prevents any dust pathogens to enter into the deeper respiratory tract, and it improves your fighting capacity to cleanse and to kill that pathogen in the nose itself. So it's a very
Mm-hmm.
good way, to fight against allergies and infections.
So does
And
it form like a layer on if the membrane is very sensitive for people who have allergies? And also, is this to be used when we have a cough and cold, or should it be used on a weekly basis, daily basis? How often can we use this?
So for purpose, for a preventive purpose, you can use it every day, and you can use it 2 to 3 times in a day also. For example, you are moving out of your home, you have to go out, and you are already must be using all your masks and covering your faces. But this oil is also very essential, just
Wow.
to build more immunity, because when you are putting mask all the time, you are also not breathing very well. Okay,
That's
so this
amazing.
oil is.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's so apt for this time. This nasal, oil. It would be so good for applying right now for us for our protection. That's great. And well, I hope all of you enjoyed this, session when we spoke about the immunity pack from Jiva Ayurveda. This has been formulated by Dr. Pratap Chauhan, and it has, as you've heard from Dr. Keshav, it has so many natural antioxidants, and it is scientifically proven. It's recommended. All the products here are recommended by Ayush as well. It helps fight viruses, each of the products in a completely different way, some topically and some internally ingested. It helps fight disease causing germs. It basically helps boost immunity, and not just your immunity but the whole family's immunity. So I, invite all of you to visit the Jiva store at jiva.com to order this. This product is for 4.99. All four things together is for 4.99. And you could also call right now on the number that you can see on the screen and try it out. All
So,
the
Tarika, I
best
would
and
just
have a
like
great
to
day.
mention a
Yes.
few more things. Sorry to interrupt you.
Sure. Yes. No,
You
absolutely.
explained,
Please go ahead.
you
Please go
explained
ahead.
the kit wonderfully. So, I assume there might be some questions in our viewers' mind regarding Chyawanprash and how to
Right.
use it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Yes. I shall take questions
I will,
too.
I will just explain
Um.
a few things regarding Chyawanprash.
So the
So,
yeah.
yeah, so everyone knows, there is a lot of sugar that is being added also in Chyawanprash. So some people who are diabetic might be wondering whether to use it or not. So I will recommend those people to buy sugar-free Chyawanprash. So at Jiva we
Mm-hmm.
also have sugar-free Chyawanprash. You can order
Okay.
that as well, and so we don't
All
have
right.
any sugar in it. And
Right.
also,
Right.
Chyawanprash can be taken by kids. Sometimes the kids might be a little hesitant to eat, or they are very specific about the taste.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the parents can apply on their bread like a jam, or on the chapati that they are eating, and that can be
Okay.
eaten like a food, as I mentioned earlier as well. And
Right.
in the
Right.
in the young
Right.
kids, like below 10 years, you can reduce the dose. So somebody was asking that I have a 3-year-old kid or 2.5-year-old kid. So you can give half teaspoon Chyawanprash or 1 teaspoon Chyawanprash to your kid, and you can give with milk
Mm-hmm.
or the other food that you take.
Right. Right. And somebody is asking about milk. Is milk should be taken with it? I think you already said that, but they may have joined late. Milk should be taken directly with it or after some time.
Yes, yes, you can take directly or after some time. That is not an issue. Milk is not
Okay.
incompatible with Chyawanprash.
Okay.
Okay, so
Great. I think we've answered all questions. Are there any more questions? May I know the content of the oil? Somebody wants to know the content of the oil.
So it is called as anu oil, and there are many herbs in it. So basically, the base oil is
Mm-hmm.
sesame oil, and we have some herbs like shalaparni, yashti madhu, krishnaparni. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody might not be aware of all these herbs because these are some classical Ayurvedic herbs. So you can read the
Right.
ingredients on our anu oil packet. We have written all the
Okay.
ingredients, and you can go on our website and read each ingredient in detail as well.
Great, great, definitely. Even I'm going to look at I'm going to Google all the ingredients of the anu oil and start using it. Thank you so much for the wonderful explanation, Dr. Keshav. It's wonderful to interact with you here. Thank you all and wish you all the best. You can visit the jiva.com store to buy this pack as well as call the number that you see on the screen right now to buy this pack. All the best. Thank you.